the flowers are kind of depleted right now.
Now,
But they're normally really robust.
how do they determine the placement of the library?
It's up to the individual, the president, and the foundation. This one has an interesting story. He had originally agreed to have his library at the Stanford University. And the closer they got to the planning and whatnot, Stanford had some requirements that didn't sit well with them, so they abandoned it. We used to have the only chunk of it. There's a lot of little pieces in it.
Right, right.
But then I think the E was put on for shipping. That wasn't there. But you notice the whitewash.
Yes.
That was done intentionally. Over here was a wide path. This, of course, is a common. That's because it's in a big area, and the sculptor said it makes him look small when they're in a large area like this. So he enlarged it a little bit.
So
she was
smaller than this?
Yeah, he was 6'1", she was 5'4". Now, what's bigger?
Something this one is.
Yeah, okay.
I couldn't get it quite out there. I knew what I wanted to say, but it wasn't working.
But he loved sports. He went out to the football team. He got killed.
He was a late bloomer.
Yeah. Cheers. He was a lifeguard on the Rock River. Illinois. And he's credited with saving 77 lives. You believe that?
Yes. Yes, I can believe.
But even he says some of the girls thought he was good looking, so they would go out. And
I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
it worked.
That's funny.
This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
Pasta?
That's not
As I
pasta.
say in my Hoosier accent.
Now I wish these were artifacts, but they're not. But this is what he used to do. He had his own library. When he wanted to remember something, or he thought of a good idea, he would write it on his cards.
Yes.
And then when he was getting ready for a speech, he would shuffle through his deck.
So with all the creative energy at our command, let us begin an era of national renewal. Senator Hatfield, and Mr. Chief Justice, and Mr. President, Vice President Bush, Vice President Mondale, Senator Gable, and all the fellow citizens, it's time to realize that we are too great a nation to limit ourselves to small dreams. We're not as some would have us or on us. No matter what we do, I do believe in fate and that we'll fail if we do nothing.
President Reagan's Oval Office was during his second term. same size, same decorations. Now, most of the items in here are replicas. There are 4 doors that lead into the Oval Office. The door that you came through would take you out to the Rose Garden. You see that on TV. This door would take you to a kitchen and a private study.
Okay.
If you or I had an appointment with the president today, we would be entering through this door. And as you exit today, this door would take you down to the private secretary on down to the cabinet. Desk. This is the resident desk.
That's
Are you familiar?
the original thing.
Beautiful.
He's
Been in the Oval Office, but I don't care.
Early in the Reagan administration, the press criticized Nancy Reagan for her lavish expenses on clothes and china and decorating the White House and so on. So she stuck it back to them. During the Gridiron dinner in 1982, she left the stage and she went backstage and she put on these clothes which her staff got from her at a secondhand store, and she sang Secondhand Clothes after the tune Secondhand Rose. Those are vintage.
Well, they're still
Classic. And this is a replica of the Rose Garden. And we do have some roses.
It's like 2 or 3 years old.
President Reagan went to 26 different countries during his presidency. One of the most prolific travelers, making relationships lasting all around the world.
So they won't sell aggressive.
Either a secure or an unsecure line.
Amazing.
There are 45 phones on board. That's what's amazing.
Is there a red phone?
Yes, it's on this
Oh,
desk.
it's in the president's office.
This is also where the football was kept in case of a nuclear attack. This is the forward galley. This would serve the President and Mrs. Reagan as well as the flight crew.
Of
Everybody else at China.
The presidential fine china.
Yeah.
They actually have the fine china on board for them?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and there was a variety to choose from.
Sweet. Not very plush, is it?
No.
But it was
considering
He loved his jelly
the
beans.
time.
He was a heavy smoker. And I think Nancy convinced him that he didn't want to smoke anymore.
Yes.
So he tried to substitute. So he switched to jelly beans and eventually Jelly Bellies. And he put the Jelly Belly company on the map. And he used to have, not a joke, truckloads of Jelly Bellies delivered to the White House.
Oh my goodness.
So he gave it out to all the people. Yeah, talking private, yeah. But it was already pretty private on the plane.
Sir?
Sir? Thought you were doing that. Okay, this is where senior staff sat. Normally it included this guy. Occasionally come back here and talk to the media.
Yeah.
But nothing official.
Air Force One, the plane that Reagan used.
Okay, these are all the kinds of planes that have been used as Air Force One.
Right.
This one, of course, he wasn't people in. They didn't always ride it up. They used to ride like this.
Yes, right.
And
Marine One.
Okay, these two chairs not bad. Over here might be a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah. Well, you're only going for an hour.
500 miles.
Union and the capitalist states will be inevitable.
In the traditional motion picture story, villains are usually defeated, ending in happy. I can make no such promise for the picture you're about to watch.
they all died.
No one punishes Stalin as he consolidates his control by carrying a previous treaty.
The Ayatollah, Fidel Castro, Yasser Arafat,
Yes, sir.
Muhammad Gaddafi, Hafez Assad,
His son is in power.
his son is in power now, and Daniel Ortega.
Somebody just
Bunch
like
of
him.
enemies that Reagan had to deal with.
This is
Conversations on a man-to-man basis without hate or hostility.
On December 8, 1987, the two leaders overcome their differences and agree to destroy an entire class of nuclear weapons.
So we just finished the Reagan Library and the Auschwitz exhibit from Poland. Two very distinctive messages.
Yes.
One of
Hope.
one of hope and Reagan's life and his legacy, and the wonderful man that he was, and the great president and human being. one with his wife Nancy.
And the second lesson was one of lessons learned and to appreciate and regard each other no matter who we are, of what faith, religion, color, or creed.
It was very, very moving. It should never happen again. But the lesson is that we should pay attention to history because it tends to repeat itself.
And I want to add, the Reagan Library is just more than about Reagan and Auschwitz right now. It's about also being placed on this beautiful hilltop among all these hills. It's just a gorgeous surrounding. You have to come and see it.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Look for us in the next video.